Good evening and welcome to the 1927 podcast, or the 1927 club as Rhys likes to call it.
Never change.
No. I always say it, the 1927 podcast, but yes, it is the 1927 club deep down. But welcome all. Before we get started, I just want to remind people right at the very beginning, so people watching back on this, and I will mention it again at the end, if you want to become a Cardiff City World member, you can see the information going there across the bottom of the screen. For the price of a cup of coffee or less than a cup of coffee a month, you can join and have access to behind-the-scenes content, members shows, early access to live events like tickets, early access to tickets and things. So, yeah, it's well worth it having a little look. Tonight I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Rhys David Evans. Good evening, buddy. How are we?
Not bad. Cited message as well to say to welcome Ryan Morgan, who's joined the members as well tonight.
3 days. Well done, Bert. Thanks.
So another one in the group. All for this show. Only for this show to join in.
Yes, that's right. But in all seriousness, there's plenty of content been going out, and it will continue to go out over the festive period. Si's been working hard behind the scenes with the Christmas countdown. So if you haven't seen it, check it out, guys. And get the views, get it shared, get it liked. But let's dive straight into the comments before we start. There's a comment in there from Gary from Fight Boss 1 this afternoon. So Gary was a bit premature.
We've all been there.
Phil Jones, evening Phil. We were losing 2-0 and Rhys thinks bringing on Kanga is the answer. I despair, really. The guy has absolutely no interest being on the pitch and fighting for this club. He's an absolute disgrace, and must have got cut off. Evan James, good evening, buddy. Again, he says one word, Kanga. No comment for me. No comment. What about you?
Well, Kanga, or like I said, I think the English league is too quick for him. Like the ball comes at you, God knows how fast that comes at you. He can't handle it. He's chasing shadows, basically. I think it's too much for him. It's probably best we cut ties now and let him go back to his club now in January. Thank you for what you've tried to do for us. Unfortunately, it's not worked out. It's just best we all part ways.
Yeah, that's it. Paul, one of our regulars, evening, Matt and Rhys, says Merry Christmas to all in the chat. I thought we're beaten by the best team in the division. They was in total control, 2 quality strikes, and that's what £4 million striker brings. We'll come on to that a little bit later, and we'll talk about the game, obviously, from the start. Just touching on some of these comments, just to say good evening to some of the guys. Martin Ryan says it's not just Kanga, it was dreary from the first minute. 11 men in our half from the outset. It bordered on capitulation. So let's start off then. Obviously, team selection. Quite disappointed on obviously we've picked up another couple of injuries since the last game. Callum O'Dowda. Obviously, no Joe Rolls in the squad today. No Perry NG in the squad today. Anybody else I'm missing? Ollie Tanner's picked up injury as well.
He's Ryan Duff has rolled his ankle, I think, the knee in training, so he's out for 3 weeks.
Willock obviously picked up an injury.
He's out for a while. It looks like it's is it rotator cuff, I think he said.
I'm not sure.
I think something. So he's out for a while.
So, yes, for me, it's a scary time at the moment because I've got no faith in our physio and medical team at the moment because it's just shocking. The amount of injuries we're picking up, and those that are injured seem to be having more time on the sidelines. It's just bonkers crazy.
I think it's hard to say now because we're in such a shit position. But the only benefit to having so many injuries is he's forced to play the youngsters. We're forced to see Capaccio get game time now. We're forced to see Reindorf get game time. So hopefully we're forced to see a few others make the step up. I think that could be a positive for so many injuries, but I think it shows that the summer there was a serious lack of planning. There was bragging how much we spent on this defender, bragging we brought another defender in. There's no depth there.
No.
You lose a starting 11 player, there's no one on that bench that can come in. Like, so thin bare. It's yet again another season of lack of proper planning and preparation.
Was you surprised to see? Well, let's talk about the obviously the starting 11. Was you surprised of, obviously given the injuries and things we had? Was there any surprises here? Was you shocked to see anybody playing and perhaps didn't deserve to be playing, or? Not really?
I wasn't shocked with the lineup. I'm not a fan of the five. I call it a 5-4-1. I'll call it, because the way we set up today was just every man behind the ball, 5-4-1. The problem is the ball goes again to your wing backs. We've got defensive minded wing backs, not attack minded ones, so they don't bomb forward. So they get the ball. There's no one ahead of them because the front three are so narrow. So I wasn't happy with that. I was happy to see Rinamoto start again, and today for me, man of the match for me. Like, he's become a fan favourite for me already. Every game he gets stuck in, he doesn't let you down. He does his best. He's winning balls back. He's keeping players quiet. He's working his socks off. And for me, he epitomises everything you need in a relegation battle. Someone who's going to dig deep and just work his socks off. I was a bit shocked to see Darlin start, mind.
Yeah, out on the right as well. I thought he had a poor game, to be honest. Some of his distribution was poor. Some of his, I don't know, just his positioning at times.
Well, for the first goal, I generally thought the refs would give a penalty for the first goal because he was ripping Kiefer Moore's shirt. He couldn't get near him. And I don't know what's happened to him, but he just looks a shadow of himself. Chambers, one or two good blocks, but again, this is ex-Premier League player. This is ex-England international. He doesn't look like a championship standard defender to me yet. I thought CEO had a decent game. I thought CEO had a lot of energy and run his socks off, got stuck in when the ball's back. But his problem is distribution. And it's a problem we've had all season. Simple passes, we can't make them. A 5-yard pass, and we just hit it straight to their plate. They play it. Oh, it's so frustrating. Absolutely winds me up, guys.
And I know CEO can be a fan favourite because of his work rate, but I think, to be where we want to be, then we need to have more than that work rate. I love CEO, don't get me wrong, and I'm not. There's certain games where you perhaps need that, but we need somebody alongside Robert. I thought Robertson showed glimpses again today of some magic and things he can do, but we just need somebody alongside him who can. Yeah, compliment him really, because no disrespect to CEO, because like I said, I think he's brilliant just because of his work ethic more than anything. But yeah, we just lack so much creativity, and there was nothing. No pace. Yeah, exactly.
No pace. El Ghazi, there's nothing on. He's on legs to run. He can't beat the defender. Matey's strong, but he can't beat the defender. Yeah, it's absolutely zero pace there. It's something we've lacked for so long and we've never addressed either. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. Let's dive back into the comments, Ember. Bear with me, because there's plenty in here. Yeah, Martin just again says then, just to touch upon what you said, no pace, no creativity, no passion. Willock was the exception. And yeah, looks... I think we've said on previous podcasts that, we needed a decent run in the team, and he was getting that now, wasn't he? And we were starting to see little glimpses over the last couple of games of some of the stuff we've seen him do for QPR. So it's going to be a bit of a shame now if he's going to be on the sideline for the next, month or two. Evan, I don't even think the league is too quick for Kanga. He just clearly shows no desire to play. Mitrovic was slow for Fulham, but he could finish and was always in the right place.
Hold the ball up as well, he could. Bring others into play. Kanga can't even do that. His first touch lets him down so much.
Yeah, agreed.
So poor.
Martin Ryan, the youngsters came on late and showed a much more positive attitude. 100% agree with that.
Okay, Parkio impressed me. He came on. I thought he got forward. He helped. He made Ruben look better than what Ruben really was today.
Yeah. And again, the boy's 17 years old, I think. I think we should all understand that he'll have a mistake or two in him in a game.
Yeah.
And he's still learning, he's still developing. Christ, 17 years old, been thrown into the championship, playing against top of the league. I thought he more than acquitted himself when he came on, and exciting really to see where he can go.
Yeah,
if we can keep hold of him. Evan James again says, glad Capaccio got some time. Tech, good evening, buddy. When the second goal went in, fans leaving, got to look at the whole situation on the pitch and off it. Agreed. Martin Ryan, Ashford showed today how badly he has been treated. I like Ashford. Before I go on to any more comments, I like Ashford because when he gets a ball, he's only wants to go one way, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think this is my problem. Is now. It's happened the last 4 or 5 home games. We don't start playing until 60, 70 minutes. We're 2-0 down, and then we try and attack in football. And when we switch back to a 4-2-3-1, we had wingers in, and you can see it today. Sheffield United gave us space out wide, and because they knew we weren't going to exploit it. And then when we brought the wingers on, they did exploit it. And Ashford looked good. He's getting forward, up and down. The problem is you've got no one in the box. You can put 100 balls in that box, and let's be honest, Ruben stands on the edge of the box. He doesn't come in. Callum Robinson is easy to man mark because he's so small, and there's no other runners. It's not, and you just need. The whole thing on Rhys was he's an attacking coach. I've not seen the attacking side of it yet. I thought he was this attacking coach who's going to change the way we play up top. I don't see it. We still get the ball and we try and pass it in all the time. We don't cross the ball. It's so frustrating to watch. Honestly, I just don't know what... Like today now, he clearly needs some support there, Rhys does, because we went 2-0 down and he just went and sat down, he did. And he thought, as a man who's resigned to losing this game, you could see that. You could just tell. But I just think we desperately need players in January now. This is so bad. I've never seen us look this bad. That's the worst thing.
Yeah. And I think before obviously we come on live, we had a quick chat. It'll be interesting to see what type of player we'll be able to attract to the club now come January.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough because at the end of the day we're in a relegation dogfight now. There's no things about it. You look at the teams around us picking up points now. QPR are on a pretty good run. Plymouth picked up points today. Hull picked up points against the Jacks today. So, the teams around us now are starting to pick up points. So, it's vitally important now. I know the next 2 games, Oxford away, Watford away, and then Coventry at home. We need to pick 6 points up out of them, possible 9, I think.
Every game now is a must win now at this point because was it 4 home games in a row? We've lost them all. Try to think if we scored any goals in them 4 games. We lost to QPR, we lost to Preston, we've lost to Sheffield United and Blackburn. I think we scored against Blackburn. Well, there's 4 home losses on a row now, and we don't look like we're picking up points. And it seems to be a case of let's just avoid defeat. That's again, today was like we said earlier. Today's a free hit in some regards. Because you play a team that's top of the league and you go, if they beat us, it's probably because of a moment of quality rather than we were poor. But you just set up just to try and contain them. And it worked the first half. And the second half, it just fell apart.
Yeah, it didn't look after that. I was, considering, like I said, the players that we had out injured, I thought first half we set up, we was defensively, I thought we done well. We, limited them to very few chances. Nothing clear-cut, in my opinion. But yeah, second half then, as soon as our, one goal went in, and then 6, 7, 8 minutes later, the other one went in. It's game over then, isn't it?
But again, it's just so frustrating because some of the goals we can see, just think the defence needs to sort themselves out. I don't know how Chambers keeps starting. I don't see whatever the manager sees him, I don't see it. He's an ex-England international. I can't see what he brings. I've never seen the defence look more ropey when he's in there. Now I don't know if
out of the 3 who played at the back today, central defenders, then should we call them, in Chambers, Gutas, and Jesper Darland. I wanted to mention about Will Fish. Obviously, we spent money on him during the summer. Had very, very little game time. He sat on the bench. If you had to swap one of them three out, then which one would you be swapping to bring Will Fish in?
First of all, I'd be swapping 2 out. I wouldn't play a back 5. I'd go 4-2-3-1, more attacking, because we need goals now. This is getting to the point where we're desperate to start winning games. But I would drop Chambers completely and put Fish next to Gutas to see how they form up.
Do you think he's got to be? Do you think he's going to be sat on the bench spitting feathers like why am I playing?
Well, it's probably one of those. They've probably told him, look, you're the youngster coming in. I think the club are planning to let Gutas go for free in the summer. His contract's up. I think this is the plan. So they bought him and Darland in as them to challenge him for next season. I won't be surprised if Fish goes out on loan in January. They'll do him like a beginners to him, send him to League One, get some games, come back, better player. But if I'm the manager, well, if I was in charge right now personally, I'd tell Chambers he could find a new club in January. I'd tell him, look, we'll pay for you to train wherever you want to go. If you want to go to Newport, we'll pay a train ticket. You can stay there wherever you want. And I'd drop Darland because he's been disappointed in the last few games, and I'd put Fish instead of him.
Plenty of goals in Newport today, mine, wasn't he?
Well, hopefully he can sort them out because he can't do nothing for us. He just looks a liability for us. I don't know. It's one of those where I don't like slating a player that much, but every time someone attacks against us, they target him. They do. Was it Preston the other week? At one point, looked like he tried rugby tackle a player because he lost the ball. He is such a disappointment. I can't believe the hype we had around him, and he's been so poor. Honestly, it's so frustrating to see. I'd play Will Fish ahead of him. I really would. I'd drop him off the bench completely. Put Darland on the bench. I'd just tell him, look, you need to sort yourself out or find a new club.
Yeah, I think sometimes that drop to the bench or even out of the squad sometimes can give the player a kick up the backside. Sometimes it's what's needed, really. Back to the comments. Paul says he agrees with Martin. I thought it was a defend and keep it tight with the hope of picking up a point in hope of a win. Just nothing really up front showed anything of hope. So talking about up front, I think I mentioned to you before we come on live about Matty. So it'll be interesting to see what people in the chat think about Matty. So what was people's thoughts on Matty's performance today? I thought he worked hard, in fairness. I don't think he could finish a cooked dinner, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But I think his work rate, was good today. But I just got no confidence in him when he's got an opportunity on goal, unfortunately.
It's one of those where if you want a relegation fight, you want a player like that who will put an effort in like that. The problem is, this is his third game he's done it. Before the last 3 games, before he shushed the fans, he's done nothing for us. He looked like he didn't want to be there. He can't beat the man. He can't. He'll bully the defender, but he can't beat the man. He works hard. He couldn't finish. He couldn't hit water for the boat, sadly. But this comment then, he said about hopefully nick a goal, right? How many times do we have set pieces and we can't even beat the first man off a corner? Again, this is basic things. Like, we got corners, we can't get into the first man, we can't get in the 6-yard box. We are so poor at set pieces. It's unbelievable. I honestly don't know what the coaching staff are doing there.
Yeah. I think we had a corner. I think we had a corner in the 27th, 28th minute today, and Dimmy come towards the front post, glanced it over, and I was sure he was going to go in. There's a bit of a scramble in the 6-yard area, and they managed to clear it. But if that goal, if that ball had gone in the net, then it's a completely different game, isn't it? But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. I was kind of glad that we went in 0-0, and then less than 2 minutes into the second half, pretty much that's what it was. Right, before I dive in and carry on going through the comments, what was your opinion on the Sheffield United fans today? I thought they were loud throughout, to be fair.
Really? I thought they would. I said to the boys, for a large crowd, they were quiet until they scored, I thought. I don't know if it's because we're in Canton. There's such a
maybe that's
distance.
Why. Obviously, we're right next to them. Me with the boys in the family end, but I thought they perhaps. I know it's obviously is a long way to travel and things, but obviously considering where they are, And I know it's Christmas, so it's the expense and things, but I thought they probably would have sold out the away end. But, there was plenty of seats still there.
No disrespect to them. I think they're a good side. They've shown that today. I don't think they're the best. I don't think they're the best team of come here this season. And I wouldn't say they'd be top of the league. I genuinely would. I thought they did the playoffs. I don't think they'd be top. I think Leeds will kick on, and they'll probably spend in January. I think Burnley will strengthen and look better, look stronger. Sunderland will be up there. I think Sheffield United will get the playoffs. I don't think they'll go up though.
No.
But it does show, with some ambition, you can sign some good quality players. With a decent scouting network, you can get players. They're out there. Yeah. So it's just frustrating to see other teams with a plan, and then there's us then who are playing duck goose every week.
2 moments of magic today from Kiefer Moore, unfortunately. Just showed the quality, really. He took the first goal, controlled it, bang, goal. The second one, a little bit of a shot from distance, then, shall we say, and bottom right-hand corner of the goalkeeper. 2 good goals, and he finished them both well, really. Does make me laugh when all the fans are booing him and then shouting then because he's like celebrating the goal and telling them to be quiet type of thing. And it makes me laugh because surely if you're booing him, Kiefer Moore got every right then to kind of give it back, like, type of thing.
I don't like. Everyone knows that I like Kiefer Moore. He's down tools in the COVID season. He wanted his move in January, so he said he had COVID all through December, so he couldn't play to force a move through. He turned us down to go to Ipswich because apparently, as he said last season, they offered him more money on the loan with bonuses if they got promoted. Again, he's never been a Cardiff boy. He's never really been a Cardiff boy. He's played for us for a season. Again, he was never really with the club. Didn't show the commitment I would like to see him. I booed him like I boo every player that plays against us, that scores. So it makes a difference to me. But it does show what, like I said, it does show what we all know what kind of striker he is. He'll hold the ball up well. He'll bring others into play. He's got a great first touch for a big man, to be fair to him. His first touch is fantastic, and he can finish. But again, it shows what a club with ambition, who know what they need and go and get it, can do. Like, we know we need a striker for so long, and we just don't bother going for it. We just take risks and gambles on. Yeah. Come on, we just play dip, and pick a club in Europe and go, we'll have our player then. Whereas teams like Sheffield United went, right, Callum O'Hare out of contract for Coventry. We'll offer him this amount of wages. We know we can play this position for us. Get him in. Is it Hamer? Who was at, also I think was at Coventry as well when Hamer was. They went, we want to get him in. Kiefer Moore, 4 million. We need to get him in. You don't have to spend 4 million, but you have to have a proper scouting network to get these players and at least see them. It's so frustrating to see other teams doing it.
Yeah. Back into the comments then. Martin Ryan says Siopis runs around a lot but slows down everything and his passing is pedestrian. Tech, Ashford equals run at players and we need that. Yeah, I think I was listening to Nathan Blake on the radio on the way home in the car, and he said he's got to be starting now. And even if we do have a difficult season, I still think, I'm still hoping really that we're good enough to stay in the division. And I just think, the more games we can give these youngsters now to get their experience, we're only going to benefit then over the next couple of years. Yeah, but I know. What's your thoughts? Would you rather see the youngsters in there now? I suppose you've got to have the right mix, I suppose. I mean, don't mind playing the youngsters as long as there's a bit of experience there as well, I think.
Well, wasn't there a story about Ashford come out like about a month or two ago that he had a bit of an attitude problem with the Wales camp, but then he has an attitude problem with the Cardiff camp. So we don't really know how that panned out or what happened there. So it might be a case of, look, you've got to prove us wrong. You've got to show us what you can do now. Because January's on the corner. And let's be honest, if we can get a winger in, his game time can be cut even further. So he's got 3 games now really for us to show us what he can do, I reckon. So
I'd chuck him straight in the deep end now. Get him in there.
Same with Capaccio. I mean, NG has been so disappointing this season. I don't see why I don't play Capaccio. We got Reno Morto, who also could play right back. Done a decent job.
Yeah. Comment from Evan. Bullock clearly had no intention of playing youngsters in the summer. Look at all the players out on loan. How Conte went to a non-league club when he was playing like Neymar against Southampton. Yeah, he was one I was surprised went out. I think we've said that previously as well. Martin Ryan, Renamoto was fantastic. The only player who showed any passion.
Man of the match, me.
Yeah, you said he's man of the match, and again, yeah, I got to agree with you on that.
Coming from favourite
today, he's gone up in my books. Last season, I thought he'd be gone, but to be fair, he's come back into the side and he's committed and gives 100%. Hats off to him. Yeah, I just think that shows how professional he is. I think most people probably would have wrote him off towards the end of last season. Was it Rotherham he went on loan to?
Yeah.
Rotherham.
I said in the summer, I don't see a future at the club for him. I don't know why we kept him. I was critical of the club for keeping him. I thought, you've let Ryan Wintle go on loan and you've kept Reno. I don't understand why. And hats off to him. He's come in when needed and he's put a shift in and he's impressed me. And honestly, he's becoming a fan favourite for me already. It's the little things like that you want to see. Like, if you're not winning, put the effort in. And he's running through brick walls for that team right now. Yeah. And Preston game, he was man of the match for me and we took him off. I can't understand why. The only player who showed anything in the Preston game as well. It's so frustrating.
I haven't been keeping tabs on Wintle, to be honest. Is he playing regular for... obviously, I know you're good buddies with a Millwall fan, but is he playing much for Millwall?
No, reckons that he'll probably be sent back in January.
Well, I can't see him. Do you reckon he'd get in the Cardiff team now? Do you think he got a future yet? Or?
I don't want him back. Some of the stories that come out the room celebrating the manager being sacked and stuff. I don't care if you don't like the manager. It's disrespectful to the fans. You celebrate the manager sack because it means the club is struggling if they sack the manager. He can't get in. Is Dino and John Sharville playing ahead of him. He can't even get a game time there. It was a Neil Harris signing. He's gone. They'll probably send him back to us, I reckon, now.
Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one with Neil Harris. What's your mate said about that then? What happened there? Because they've been on a decent run, in fairness.
Well, it happened like a week after he had a big fallout with the fans. He was kicking off with the fans, he was. And we were speaking about the day in the gym we were. And he said, he was saying like Millwall were the informed team for a bit. They beat Burnley 1-0, they beat Leeds and everything. Then there were a couple of bad results. He said they're a mid-table side, so I don't understand why it turned nasty. They're not exactly spending big money to try and get the playoff. So, but it's just one of those, I think, where it's when you're a club legend like Neil Harris is to Millwall. Chopper is loved over there as a player, as a manager. I think once the fans turn in, I think you have to say, look, you know what, this could get nasty. I'm going. And I don't blame him. He's done a cracking job for him, to be fair.
This is his second stint with them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he was manager back in the day when they were in League One. He got him up to the playoffs, he did. He came back in as a caretaker last season, got him out the relegation zone, got him fighting, to be fair. A couple of good signings in the summer. Langstaff from Notts County, Tanganga, the former Spurs boy. A couple of good signings. They've been struggling with injuries, mind, so the run of games they've had have all been injuries. So, again, I just think it's a strange one. I mean, it's like Oxford. Oxford sacked, is it Des Buckingham?
Yeah.
What they expect him to do. They've hired Gary Rowett now, which is, to me, is a quality championship manager. Someone we should have gone for.
Yeah.
Missed out now, but these sides are making decisions, but they're prepared for what's next. We're not prepared for what's next, and that's the problem.
Yes. Right, back into the comments. Martin Ryan. Plenty of interaction from Martin tonight. I do appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. Chambers is a liability.
Agree with that 100%.
He's not your best friend, Martin, Rhys, is he?
That's my second account, that is.
The reason we are playing three at the back is because he is hopeless.
Yep.
The fisherman. I like Reza. He's not to blame, but I'm not seeing anything to make me think he is the answer. Not his fault. It's not. Again, he's working with someone else's 11. And then even that 11 has been hit with injuries. He's working with whatever's available. My issue with him is he was dubbed, I'm the attacking coach, and that's what he was sold to us as. I'm the coach who brings attacking football and stuff. I have not seen any improvement attacking-wise. We still get the ball wide to the right. It's still usually Tanner, Ruben, NG, and Robertson Turnbull, four of them passing back and forth little squares rather than crossing the ball in. There's no running in the box. There's no off the shoulder runs and stuff. There's no attacking movement. It's so frustrating. I mean, you see how the opposition play against us.
they know where the next pass is going to go, and we stand off. With us, they close us down, and we have nowhere to pass to, and we panic, and then we lose the ball. So for me, for the attacking coach he's supposed to be, I have not seen nothing from him. That's my issue with Rhys.
Yeah. Paul, CO is the problem child in the midfield. Just a headless Jack Russell. Runs all day, breaks things up, but that's it. Distributing is poor. He gave the ball away for Moore's second goal. Martin again. Ruben needs runners off him. He brightened up as soon as the youngsters came on. Again, let's go back to that thing we said earlier about pace. We just lacking it so much, aren't we?
Yeah. Again, you see some of the best teams. They've all got it, and we just haven't. We can't beat the man for pace. I mean, how many times do players try and run with the ball and they get dragged back by 3 or 4 defenders because there's no legs there?
Yeah. Evening all, says Jayden. Martin Ryan, we can't cross the ball because nobody attacks the ball in the box. We haven't scored at home for so long. Our setup today was awful. We told the opposition we were frightened of them. Yeah, it was very conservative, and I'm not sure if I said it at the beginning or when we was having a catch-up before we went live. Kind of, like I said, saw it as a bit of a free hit today, so I wouldn't have been too disappointed if we took more of a gamble and had a bit more ambition, really, rather than sit back and defend for 90 minutes or try to defend for 90 minutes. But, it is what it is.
I think on the field, we look like the away team today, I think. It didn't look like a side that's playing at home.
And, fair play to Sheffield United. They didn't allow us to. They had so much possession of the ball, didn't we? Didn't they? Sorry.
But this is what I told you for the start of the show. I watched Chris Wilder's post-match interview with Sheffield United Football Club, and I watched Stephen Moore's post-match interview with them. And Chris Wilder said, we knew how they set up today. There'd be a bank of 5 and a bank of 4. So straight away he knew we didn't go sit back and just try and absorb pressure. He said we got to keep the ball moving and find pockets of space. Kiefer Moore there on his one said, we were surprised about the space and time on the ball we had. I think that's been a problem we've had for the last 3 or 4 years. We don't press teams. We stand off, let them run at us, and we sort of turn our bodies or giving them an opening. The amount of times we stand off players, let them shoot. Stoke away last week. Rawls follows his runner rather than puts a foot in the tackle. The defence stands off rather than going for the ball. We invite pressure, and teams don't do that to us. Teams allow us to have the ball. Don't allow us to have the ball. They close us down straight away. The moment they do that, we panic and lose the ball. With them, we just let them have the ball, invite pressure, and we concede. And then we look clueless. And it's so frustrating. Yeah. I don't understand why we don't press teams. Press from the front. You're midway through the season. You should be fit enough now to do this for 90 minutes. And if you're not fit enough, what are you doing on the training ground? It's so annoying. It drives me mad.
Yeah. I'm diving back into the comments because there is loads flying through here. John Watkins, thanks for chipping in, buddy. Problem is players like Fish have not played and must have questionable match fitness. Martin Ryan again, Siopis and Gutas will leave in January.
Oh, that's a worry if they do, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd be worried too.
Tech, when our options can't get off the bench to save us, surely every club is laughing at us. Touching up on the comments now about the question I asked about Mate Day. Bluebird 101, Mate Day works so hard, but just no quality there. Martin, he works hard, but his technical ability is so limited. Again, then Tech, he's a beast with no potential to score. All I want for Christmas is Rhys to be sacked. Yeah, I don't agree with that one, to be honest. But trust the process we got, JT. Trust the process.
I'll change it, actually. All over Christmas is Dalman to get sacked. Pay him off and kick him out of our club and get rid of the man forever, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you remember Bullet was sacked? Dalman came out and said, we're not in a crisis. What an absolute statement that was. We're not in crisis. And look at us now. Shit is hit the fan. he's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. I did see Ken Chu going into the club today. Yeah, I won't say no more. I'm not getting into all that. Evan James, I used to get excited for set pieces because we always had Bamba and Morrison. Going back to your statement earlier, you said about set pieces, corners, not getting it over the first man. That's my only wish now when we have set pieces and corners or free kicks and stuff, is that just get it over the front. It's bonkers to think that, isn't it?
We've had Rawls take up, Robson take up, he still can't beat the first man. I tell you what surprised me, straight mind, is they've got a long throw, Sheffield United have. That caused us a few problems, straight mind. And you see how poor we are on throw-ins, with lack of movement and anyone wanting the ball. Honestly, it's such... I can't know how bad this actually is at the club. It's the point where we moan about our set pieces and our throw-ins. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Martin spoke to some of the Sheffield United fans after the game. They thought they were poor today. And I think, yeah, I wouldn't... Like you said earlier, they didn't look like a top of the table team today, did they, to be fair?
But the thing is, though, it's one of those, right, where you look at them and look at us. Say now, you're nearly all over it. They've got players that can produce a bit of magic. We've not got players that can produce a bit of magic. Ruben can produce it once every blue moon. That's about it. You're not looking at Robertson producing magic. You're not looking at Robertson producing magic. Or Dowda usually comes alive for the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the game, but he wasn't even there today. So, again, it's just we're desperate need of quality. It's so obvious, and I can't see us actually doing that in January. I think Rhys just said himself, one or two players. I think we need a lot more than one or two, mate. Honestly, I just think it's that bad right now.
Yeah. And that's what good teams do. They can afford not to play, 80, 90% or whatever, and they've still come away with a 2-0 win.
Yeah.
I think we kept them fairly quiet up until he scored his first goal, really. But like you say, good teams with that quality up front only need that one opportunity and bang, game over.
They did the basics right, didn't they passed the ball and they moved.
Yeah.
We can't do simple passing. We struggle with that. We pass it straight up to touch. We pass it straight to them. There's no movement off the ball. We sat so deep. If we do get the ball, like Willa gets it today, there's no one ahead of him to pass to. He's forced to turn back and give it back. So it's just a shit show right now, honestly. This is the joys of being a Cardiff fan.
Yeah. Paul, going back to the question regarding Mate Day, Matt with Mate Day, he puts in 100%, fair play, but there's no end product. It's been the same story with most players throughout the team. They work hard. Sadly, it's not happening. Tech goes on to say, those 2 moments of quality, Matt, is exactly what we haven't got. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're right there. Paul says, Willock was playing well until he got the injury, so that's another one out for a time, dropping like flies. I think we alluded to that a little bit earlier in the show, saying that, now he's having a bit of a run in the team. We're starting to see glimpses of, some of the performances.
I tell you what made me laugh, mind. I thought Gutas was a big lad, to be fair. But do you see the size difference between him and Kiefer? Oh, he was ridiculous. Kiefer's a giant, to be fair to him.
Their number 6 was a big bloke as well, wasn't he? I'm not sure of his name, but Christ, he was a unit as well.
I seen Kiefer stood next to Chambers and Gutas. I thought, it made me laugh. Like he stuck to Chambers in the end. He did. I think he just knew we could play off him and have runners around him. But it was the size difference is ridiculous.
Yeah. Martin says Hamer and Davis were given so much room today.
Again, it's a problem we have. We just give the opposition so much time and space in the ball. We allow them to play. I cannot keep stressing it. It's such an annoying thing. Stop allowing teams to play. We're home. We should not be allowing teams to play on our patch. We should be dominating the ball and trying to dominate them. They should be setting up to avoid defeat away from home. We should be looking to win at home. It's so frustrating. We go away to Stoke to avoid defeat away to Stoke. We come at home and look to avoid defeat. We don't actually look like we're trying to win a game. It's such an annoying thing.
Phil Jones, what was the actual attendance today? The crowds are dropping like a stone. 18,000
odd, I think they announced. And it really is about 13,000, 14,000 there. a lot more today than it was at Preston. In Preston, I was told, is about 8,500, 8,600, I was told.
Ashford is City through and through. Yeah, I just want to see him have a run in the team as well now, Matt. Paul said the official thing was 18,312. 1,600 Sheffield United fans. So fair play. That's a hell of a journey down. So well supported. Evan, I have a training drill for Cardiff. Play 11 versus 11, but you can only pass forward. They wouldn't know what to do. Brilliant.
Do they even do training? I honestly don't know what they do, because again, the passing is sloppy and it's pathetic. I mean, there's no closing down, there's no energy, there's nothing. It's just so... They can't be doing much in training.
This is a great comment. Bagan's tackle, finally. Haven't seen a tackle like that for months. About time. I was tamping he had a yellow card for that, because he clearly had the ball. And again, we did get... I think Seo got booked in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was tracking back with the player. And it's a contact game. It's a physical game. And some of the decisions go against us again today. It baffles me sometimes. It really does.
What happened with Matty's tackling? Because where we were, we couldn't really see what it looked like. He went 2 foot behind the back of someone.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
was right in the kind of the middle of the field. He was tracking back when I think, and
he looks like he just dived in 2 foot back through the back of the player. And we all went, "Oh, it's a red, that is." And he had a yellow. We thought, "Oh, did we get away with that?" But Jeff said in the chat earlier that it was the right decision, or a poor card, but it was a good tackle. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah. Anyone know why O'Dowda wasn't in the team today? We went down early today. My boy wanted to give Aaron Ramsey a birthday card because it's his birthday on Boxing Day. So we got him a birthday card. He wrote on it. He gave it to Rambo as well today, in fairness. So he was chuffed with that. He seen him walking through the car park, run over to him to give it to him. Had a photo. O'Dowda, he had a photo with O'Dowda as well. Was kind of talking to him for like 30 seconds and asked him what was the matter. And I think he got a slight pull in his calf, I think. So, yeah, be interesting to see how much he plays now over the Christmas period. Hopefully, he's just resting him in this game, so he's available for Oxford and Watford.
It's getting this bad with injuries. I think they're allergic to grass, honestly.
Yeah.
The amount of times the players out injured, they're coming back, they pull another muscle. It's always leg related as well. It's always calf or hamstring injuries. Yeah. There's got to be something going on in the club, mind, isn't it?
Yeah. Martin Ryan, Bagan did okay today. Yeah, for me, though, it just needs a bit more confidence and like O'Dowda, really. Just get down our wing. But again, didn't have much support in front of him, really, did he? I don't think today.
The only thing is, he's a left back, so playing him as a wing back, he doesn't have that attack mindset, so he's not going to bomb forward like Joe Bennett used to for us with the back five, or Ryan Giles would, or Dowda does, because as a winger, he looks to get forward, but Bagan's more defensive minded, so he looks to stay back. It's the same with Newport, I'd say. He looks to stay back, which is understandable. He's not an attack-minded player. But what you are looking for, though, is when they get the ball, is your front three wide men, they split off from the centre, go wide to receive the ball. But they don't, they stay narrow, so there's no one ahead of them to give it to. And it's just an issue. There's just so much space out wide that there's no one there to get it.
I don't even know what his name is. Tanganga or something?
Ex-Spurs. He's a massive player for Millwall. He is, to be fair. He's brilliant season from. He's out injured, he was. So, again, a free transfer, I think he was from Spurs. This player's out.
That's a new name in the chat. Good evening, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Evan James Tanner said he'd welcome interest from other potential club owners recently.
How much is he looking to sell? Because I got £10 on me right now if he wants to sell. The way he's done a club in, probably overpaying.
Rhys, you are exactly right in what you say about letting sides have the ball. I've been saying this for a few seasons. Look at the smile on his face, Phil, when you say
that's my other secret account. But it's just so frustrating, though. I mean, how many times Southampton in the Cup we played this year, right? And there was a moment we started pressing them high up the pitch with Ryan off. Their defence crumbled. A Premier League defence crumbled, and we scored 3 goals against them. We press teams, we score goals. Coventry last year, we pressed them, we scored 3 goals at home. Start of the season, we pressed teams all over the pitch. We were scoring goals. We were winning games because we forced them into mistakes. All of a sudden, we've just gone, let's sit back, avoid pressure, let them have the ball, let them come at us. We don't try and close the ball down. We don't try and get stuck in. We just follow them. Let them have the ball. And it's so annoying. I'm sick of seeing it. Just get stuck in, like. You're paid to do it. If I was a player on a pitch, right, I'd lose my head. I'd be 2-footing someone just to get the crowd going a bit. Yeah. You know, one good tackle will get the crowd going. We don't even do that. It's like, it just seems to be an absolute... The most basic things. It looks like a League Two side trying to play Championship football. That's how bad some of them are.
Yeah. John Watkins says it is really now up to Vincent Tan. If he wants to stay in the Championship, he must authorise investment in January, not just free and loan. Unfortunately, John, I'm convinced that we will rely heavily on free transfers and loans. I think it's something we've mentioned before. I'd be very surprised if we see much money floating about.
To be fair, mind, we might find a goalkeeper that can score goals. So,
going back to JT, the process is League One football with Rhys in charge. No wins in 8. Yes, not good, is it? Martin Ryan, Suter had an armchair ride, his easiest game of the season. Tech, when every one of those players is on it, they are brilliant as individuals, but we can't connect and build a strong starting 11. That's a fairly good statement, I think. I think it's the nail on the head, really. We just don't seem to have gelled as a unit, have we?
But still, on paper, this is a footballer, as a professional. They should be able to work together.
Yeah, 100% agree with you.
Again, I don't understand. Other teams have spent in January, last summer. Next January, they all seem to gel fine. Why do they need to gel for? Not being funny. They should know. I mean, El Ghazi should know. I shouldn't be offside this time. I should. At Villa, right? To be fair, there's players around him that could pick a pass, so he was onside for them runs. Our club can't find their passes, so he should know as a professional. Like, I need to take 2 or 3 yards back, then start my run. So I will be onside.
Yeah.
I just think. The standard is just so bad right now. I do fear this is the season we make the drop. I do think this is the year.
Darren Bond was so biased, it was unreal. However, we can't blame referees. They're allergic to playing football.
I think they are.
This is a great comment. Ramsey will be out for another 5 weeks opening that birthday card.
Hamstring injury as well.
My boy did say to me this morning, which made me laugh. He said, when he was writing on the card, he said, Dad, can we put a £5 in his birthday card? I'm thinking, I don't think he needs a £5, but somehow. Whilst I agree with basically everything Rhys says, I don't want to give him the ego boost. I don't want him to get motivated enough to get his C-grade coaching badge, whilst we would love that.
I would love just 5 minutes in the change room with them. 5 minutes in the change room with them. I'll be flipping tables. I'm sick of seeing managers say some players need an arm on the shoulder. Championship players, one of the biggest wage spenders in this league we are, and half of them don't look like they want to put an effort in. They just want to pick the money up and go home. I will be fucking flipping tables and screaming at some of their faces. If they want to be here, they can find another club and bugger off, like. Because we need players now who want to fight for this badge. Rinamota should be examples, some of them. Rawls said after the Stoke game, we had some words in the dressing room. A lot of us have had words. It didn't work, mate. Clearly, it didn't work. There's no leadership. He does.
Another new comment there. Girl yoga love. No legs, no pace, no creativity. Can't score goals. Can't keep clean sheets. No leaders. An inexperienced manager with a disjointed, poorly recruited squad equals a disaster. Writing is on the wall.
That's just right with me then, first of all. No legs, no pace, no creativity.
She obviously haven't seen you bench pressing in the gym, but have she?
Absolutely killing it, damn. The weights are going up, the plates are coming on here. Yeah. Absolutely slamming the weights in the gym, to be fair.
That's the armour.
They're bigger now.
So obviously over the Christmas period, now there's no games. Home games then, shall we say.
Yep.
I know I'm about Boxing Day to do the show in the evening. You about Boxing Day evening?
Yeah, not going nowhere. So we tried getting tickets to it, but we just sold out too quick, did it? So we got to that. So yeah, I'm around in the evening for the Oxford game.
So
I think that's a must-win for us.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the social media posts, guys, because and like I said, the Christmas countdown videos are still on there. There's plenty of content still coming out. We will be looking to wrap up in the next couple of minutes because I want to get stuff ready. Watching the boxing tonight, bud?
Oh, lost it up. I'm too old for that now. I can't stay up that late.
I want to do sick. It'll be on about 10:30, 11 o'clock, man.
It's Saudi, isn't it? Is that like 3, 4 in the morning, or?
Yeah, it won't be on. They reckon the ring walk should be about 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think.
Oh, it's just... See, I want Usyk to absolutely floor Tyson Fury. His brother's a wannabe fighter. His brother's a joke. Wants to fight YouTubers rather than anyone real. His dad is a joke. Likes to cause a scene. No, not for me. Come on, Usyk. Absolutely drop him.
Paul Bluebirds says, what about a watch-along Boxing Day? I think a watch-along might be a bit thing just because I got some family commitments in the afternoon and stuff. We got a kids versus dads football game in the morning.
I don't know how it works. I don't think it's streamed legally on the Boxing Day, is it? So if you do a watch-along, it's kind of advertising yourself, I think, you know.
Yeah, so obviously everything I watch normally is 100% legal.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but family commitments kind of rule me out for the watch along on Boxing Day. Maybe on the 29th, maybe potentially if Rhys don't get tickets for Watford, perhaps we could do something on that Sunday.
I'm trying to get the boys. I'm trying to get the boys to Watford away. I'm desperately trying to get them to away. I'm up for doing Watford away anyway, but trying to get them not to go. That was all.
Plymouth away, you want to try to, but that's what I'm gonna. That's my next one, I think. It's not till March though, so I'd probably get another one in between then.
Well, I think we're away. The Luton game we're home for. I think we're flying away to Spain the next day. We are, so I'm not sure when that one is.
Happy days.
But if it's if it's on when we're up to Spain, I'll get drunk and do a podcast in the night. I don't care.
Evan James, I just want to know now, are we relegated? Get me a time travel machine. At least if I know we are down, I can partly excuse the doom and gloom and prepare myself for Cardiff versus Accrington Stanley. Oh, brilliant. I still think and I still hope that we've got too much quality in the squad, but I think that's the same as every Cardiff fan is. You can want and hope as much as you want to, but unless we start picking up points very soon, it's going to be bloody nightmare.
January gave grace for us last few years. Steve Morrison in January when he came in. To John Uche, Corey Dreamer, Tommy Doyle, what a player. I can't think of his name now, from Luton. Doherty, all came in. And they just changed the way we played. They just transformed to give a lift to everyone. The hope is new players in January will give a lift to the squad and we will see results. My worry is, though, they won't target the positions we need. We do need number 8. Rawls shouldn't be starting for me anymore. You need someone to play alongside Robertson who can pass the ball and look to get it forward. We need a winger with pace out wide. Desperate out wide. We need a proper striker for start, a proven striker.
But how long have we needed a proven striker for? And we haven't been able to pick one up for, well, the last 2 years at least.
Well, to be fair, we need a new chairman, a new owner, everything since then as well. But again, we had Kiefer Moore, and he down tools and wanted out, and we never replaced him. We had Aaron Gunnison years ago. We never replaced a ball-winning midfielder. CEO does a good job, but no offence, he's no Aaron Gunnison. No. We needed a Sean Morrison. We never replaced him, really. I love Gutas, but he's not in the same bracket as a Sean Morrison for me. We needed a Kev McNaughton. We've not got a decent... Perry's had 2 good seasons, but he's not looked like a Kev McNaughton. We've just slowly, the decline has been season after season after season. I think this is the year we do go down. And I do worry because we've got a lot of high-wage players right now, and I can't imagine the club have got contracts, clause in the contracts for wage reductions if they get relegated. I just think we're in an absolute crisis right now. And it's plain to see, and no one absolutely cares at the club level.
And there's
Who's signing
comment of tech for there, just to go on what you said. Rhys, those players you mentioned all played for the badge. And I think that's what we're not seeing at the moment.
But who's signing the players in January now? Is it going to be the club again? Is it going to be the same clown that, played Duck Duck Goose or Landron Kanga? Like, who's going to sign these players? Because whoever's finding them is a joke. I honestly, God, we need... Do you trust Rhys to sign them? No, when he's gone in the summer? I just don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen.
It'll be interesting to see what players he targets, because obviously he's got a background of working with the likes of Watford and the 23s, so he's bound to have contacts and stuff in that, so it'll be interesting to see, is he going to try and bring in some youngsters?
Troy Deeney, he'll get him out of retirement, that's what'll happen.
At least if he'll, he'll give you 100%, and he won't take no shit.
But again, we don't know what's happening. We don't know if Rhys has said, look, use 5 players, I want these 5 in. We don't know if that happens, and the club goes, no, we don't want him. We'll get this one instead. We don't know how it works. We have Dalman on with Si before, and he says we have a committee where we all agree, and the manager's the main one. That's clearly not the point, because Bullet said himself, I never heard of Simic wasn't my player. Kanga, I don't think was Bullet's player. And there's so many on that side that we've signed. Matey, whose player was he? No, he definitely wasn't Bullet signing, because Bullet didn't know what the English leagues when we signed him. So the club are just signing players without any real thought, I think, and it's a serious worry.
Yeah.
I am honestly fearful for the season. I can't believe a club of our size and with the team we have on paper look like they're giving up already. I just can't believe it.
We'll win the next 3, but don't worry about it. We'll be all right.
Oh, they're all must-win games now for us. Every game now is a must-win game.
Yeah, every game's a cup final, and we've got to treat it that way as well. So, happy days. Guys in the chat, thank you very much for all your interaction. There's been lots and lots of comments tonight. Really do appreciate it. Phil Jones says, just before we finish, I will read out the last couple. You guys are in the know. Try and find out who the hell the scouts these players.
There's a head of recruitment, isn't there? I can't think of his name. There's a 23-year-old man, I think, or 24-year-old guy who's a head of recruitment.
What's he doing? Looking at people's Facebook accounts and signing them up our way or something?
I generally think he puts a map of the world on a wall, throws a dart, and wherever that dart lands, he finds a club and picks a player at random. I generally think he does that. Last January, right, we announced a Ukrainian scout with ex-links to Shakhtar Donetsk and stuff, and it was all talk about this guy's got contacts all throughout Europe. Where are them sign-ins? Swansea signed a player from Bordeaux, went out to the striker from Bordeaux. That Jam, whatever his name is, Jam or something, the South Korean winger. They signed Ronald, the Portuguese or Brazilian winger. They're scouting in Europe. They're finding players in Europe. I mean, what's that boy, Giancarlo Franco? He looks like a quality player. They're in Europe finding players. We're looking for Tom, Dick and Harry, who've been released from Crew Alexander and Leighton Orient, and we'll take them. Max Waters, we'll take him because he looked after East against Leeds in one cup game 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? There's no scouting. There's clearly nothing there. Honestly, I just think it's so bad. They're playing Football Manager from 10 years ago and picking players at random. They must be.
This is a great comment. Remember, what was his name? Impiazu. What was his name?
Uchi.
Yeah, Uchi. Yeah, that's him. Whatever his name was, he was shit, but always gave 100%, like an IKEA wardrobe running around up front, but it got us wins.
But you look at that, right? He's a similar player to Kanga. The difference was the ball would go to his feet. You couldn't get it off him. If he went down, it was a free kick because he's such a big lad. He managed to score goals, and he'd bully defenders. He was everything he wanted in a target man to see a game out. And Uchi, we loved Uchi because he did them jobs that he was supposed to do. And it's not pretty sometimes, but he did a job. And you look at Kanga and you're thinking, you can't do none of them things. You can't hold the ball up. Your first touch is shocking. When you do run, you look like a headless chicken trying to run after something that's gone.
Yeah.
I'd take Uchi back over Kanga any day of the week.
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much, buddy. I know you've had a busy day at work, straight on the train to Cardiff, into a taxi. You had that for half price, I know. And then obviously home again. So appreciate you jumping on, but I know you've had a busy day. I'm not sure if I'll catch up with you now before Christmas. I'm sure I'll speak to you on the WhatsApp group and stuff. But if I don't see your face now before Crimbo, have a good one. Enjoy the couple
and
of days
yourself
off with the
and
family.
Josh.
Yeah, he's flat out, but sleeping now. He wanted to stay up to watch the boxing, but he's flat out sleeping, but still in his Cardiff City kit.
That's the way.
But that was brilliant today. I love the fact that he wants to go down early to the games. He wants to have photos with the players. When I seen him running over to Ramsey today with that birthday card, I thought it was brilliant. And like I said, he had a photo with him, but still winds me up. Some of the players get out of the car and they just walk straight for the players' door and don't even acknowledge the fans that are shouting at them. Like, I just think it's cheeky, innit, really. But
that's what's all about, Nate. Kids, get him hooked on the football. It's just one of those things where he's with you for life, and he'll grow up always remembering going with his dad and his mates, and then one day he'll take his kids to watch games, and it'll just be the same thing as tradition, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just what's about.
It hit the nail on the head today for me and how things are going at the moment. There was a comment on the Premier Bluebirds Facebook page earlier, and somebody was having a whinge saying his mate's son was a mascot today or something, and they put the wrong names next to the photos. Yeah, you got, that's one kid's dream, but they've been in the program, being out on the match day mascot type thing, and yeah, we fucked that up as well.
Honestly, our club couldn't organise Christmas dinner. Let's be honest, they'd mess that up as well, wouldn't they? It's just a shambles at the club.
Yeah,
whoever buys it needs to overhaul the entire thing. So many people need to get removed from positions they're in. I mean, the stadium atmosphere is dire. I blame that to the Wayne Nash guy. People like him got to go. They killed our club. Get rid of them all.
100%. Simon's back tomorrow, guys, with the breakdown from today's game. So please tune in and give that a little watch. If you can,
subscribe.
Yeah, if you can get on now and like and subscribe, share the video for us. The subscriptions are going up weekly. Ideally, we want to get to that 1,000 mark as soon as we can. I think we're on something like 762 now. So get your family, your friends, your brothers, sisters, grandparents, get them all to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. It doesn't cost a penny to do that, but it really does help us get that channel out there. And any comments you can put, especially after the video's ended or the live has ended. I will put a question on for you guys who have tuned in tonight to answer after the live is finished. So just your predictions on the next 3 games. So after the live is finished, if you can put in your predictions for the Oxford game, the Watford game, and the Coventry game, just go onto the video on YouTube afterwards and just put your predictions down for that. That would really help us, because it does help us with the algorithm and all the shit that goes on behind the scenes with that. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Rhys, as always, mate, always good to speak to you. And I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheers,
have a nice
buddy.
Christmas as well, everyone.
Yeah, have a good Christmas. Merry Christmas all. Have a good one. Stay. Bloody hell, I was only going to do it for like 40 minutes.